I've just seen another sunset on my own. All day long I've been alone, and I must do something about it. Yes, I must do something about it. Played a never-losing card game with myself, lonely joker on a shelf, and I must do something about it. Yes, I must do something about it. No one on the party line, no one seems to need a dime, no one even knows that I'm feeling this way. Seems to need my vote. No one has to change a no. No one here to hold my coat. Oh, what a day. Oh, I just watched another movie on TV. No one's in the house but me. I must do something about it. Yes, I must do something about it. Whoa, 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 something about it. I just dialed another number on my phone. All day long I've been alone, and I must do something about it. Yes, I must do something about it. I've just seen another sunset on my own. All day long I've been alone, and I must do something about it. Yes, I must do something about it. Must do something about it. Yes, I must do something about it. Hey folks, going to be a guitar lesson for Must Do Something About It by Paul McCartney and Wings, off Wings at the Speed of Sound. So you probably know, if you're watching this, there's two versions out there. We have the studio release sung by the great Joe English. I personally think Joe does an excellent job with the vocals. I really, really love his voice. So check that out if you haven't. So that's the official studio release. We also have a Paul McCartney demo of this, where we have Paul singing. It's more of a working voice guide vocal, but we have that as well. The only main difference in the versions is Paul's version is tuned to D major in the key of D major, just standard tuning. Everything's normal. And the studio version, recorded again with Joe English singing, I think they sped up the tape, and it's gone from D to about an E flat, about a half step up. So if you want to play with these chords, I'm playing the Paul McCartney demo version, basically. It's all the same chords, but I'm playing in D. If you want to play along to the record, you might want to throw a capo on the first fret or tune your guitar up about a half step. I'm not sure if it's exact. So again, my guess is they probably just tuned or sped up the tape. And that's what we have. So let's get into this. We're going to start with the chords. So it starts with a D. I've just seen another sunset. I'm going to just play an A, or an A7 you could do, but I'm going to play an A on my own. B7, a B7. So again, it's D. The first time there's no strum, it's just by itself. So D to an A to a B7. Now you're in the B note, B flat, you're going to walk down to an A. So B flat, A. On the 5th string, A string, 2, 1, open. And when you hit the open, I'm going to play an A minor 7th chord. So it's like a C shape without the C bass, an A minor 7th. So you got that, so you walk down, takes you right down to that chord. All day long. Back to B7th to an E minor. And I must do something about it. All right, so I'm doing an A7th sus4, I guess you'd call it. So if you think of an A7th, two-finger A7th, I'm adding the sus4. Whoops, well, not there. There we go. Sorry about that. To an A7th, and you repeat that twice. So let me do the verse one more time. So it's D, and then he strums it, but I'll just do D to an A, to a B7th, and then walk down B, B flat, A minor 7th, B7th, back to E minor, and then that A7th, sus4 to A7th. Yes, I must do something about it. Now the next part of the song goes to an A minor 7th, no one on the party line. So a D sus4 to a D, to a G minor 7th. I'm going to play bar chord at the 3rd fret. I'm going to play it that way. G minor 7th, a dime, C sus4 to a C. It sounds better than that. If you do it open, it's too low. So I'm going to do it bar chord, C sus4 to C, but you could play it any way you like. Then I'm going to go to an F7th. I think a little hard chord to play barred on the 1st fret. It's easier to just play a full F, but here, F7th. And you can even add the 7th note down there if you can grab it. It's hard. Hard chord to play. D minor. Feeling this way. Back to the A7, sus4 to A7. And now we repeat. A minor 7th. D sus4 to D. G minor 7th. This is all the same. C sus4, C. Now to an F7th. D minor. A7th, sus4, A7th, and then you're back to D. I've just watched another movie on TV. Then walk down, A minor 7th, B7th, E minor, and I must do something about it, all the same. Now this time, yeah, I think it's an A minor 7th, something about it. Then you go to a D sus4, Oh, G, oh, E minor, something about it. So again, let me do this from the I must do something about. So it's the A7 sus4. I must do something about it to the A7. Now this time, go to A minor 7th. A minor 7th. I must do something about it. D sus4, D. Oh, G, oh, E minor. Something about it. A sus4, A7 sus4 to A7. Same chords. And then you're back to D. I just dialed another A on my B7. Walk it down to A minor 7th, B7th to E minor. And I must do something about it. And it just repeats. I must do something about it. And he plays 2 verses there. Everything's the same. The verses never change. The key never changes. And just at the end, if you want the end, then he goes to a D. He plays kind of a D. And then if you want this, what I'm doing... it's kind of the outro. Paul does do this on the demo, so I guess he liked this. So if you're in a D shape... you're going to go up to the 7th fret, which would be a G, right? Or be a G. So D, E, F, G. 7th fret, a D shape. So I'm going to start with that. Then go up to the 9th fret. And then on the 10th fret, I'm going to play a D, a high D there. So a D, that shape, little 3-finger shape. So you got it. And then walk it down. And the first time, you're going to go to the 5th fret, and then walk it back up, 7, 9, 10, and then you end on the D, right? That's the first time through. The second time, very similar, only one change. So you start on the 7. I'll just call the frets. I think you can see the shapes. We do 7, 9, 10, 9, 10. Now this time, instead of going to the 5, you go all the way down to the D, and then you just walk it back up, 7, 9, 10, and then you end on the D. So that's it, folks. You could check that out. I mean, I don't know if you need to play that, but it's something close to that. If that's not exact, it's close to that. And you can hear it both, again, on the demo and the Wings at the Speed of Sound studio recording. So again, great vocals by Joe English. Always like this song. And this is another one that I think Paul probably knocked out in a hurry, just trying to get album tracks. But it's a gem. I think it's a hidden gem, and I really like it. I hope you do too. If you stuck around this long, I'm sure you did. So I hope the lesson helped you. I will see you all soon with another guitar lesson. Take care. Au revoir.